Hi, everyone. It's Suzanne Tucker with Generation Mindful. I'm so excited about this opportunity. Today, I'm going to introduce you to Boss Mom, my friend, early child educator, author, just all around rock star, Dayna Abraham. And I know that you guys have seen on my emails the last couple weeks that we've been part of this free series, Calm the Chaos. And when I got the opportunity to bring the Boss Mama right into y'all right here on our page, I snagged it and I wanted to bring Dayna here to say hi to you guys. You could meet her and to ask her a couple of questions. So Dayna, hi.
Hello, thank you for having me. You know how much I adore you and your community, so thank you.
Awesome. Yes. So yes, Dayna started the Lemon Lime Adventures, and she's a blogger. She's keeping it real. She's a mom of three, two boys and a girl. And Dayna, you invited me in. You knew about Generation Mindful, and you knew about how much we love connection here, and how all the families and the educators we work with really get that connection lives underneath everything, and the idea of misbehavior as an unmet need. And so I was so grateful when you invited us into, number one, I got to say, the sensory bundle that you did. So guys, if you guys remember the sensory bundle, that was Dayna. So Dayna, can you speak as a mom and an educator maybe about why you value tools and community? Because clearly you do.
I do. I value tools and community. I value community because so often we can feel so alone and we can feel like we're the only ones dealing with what we're dealing with, especially if we have kids that are out of the box and have difficult behaviors. Like when, and I know that your community, you guys are mindful and you do things in a positive, the importance of being positive and the importance of connection and the importance of looking under the surface. But yet, even when you're doing all the right things, sometimes your kid can still be the one that's yelling, I hate you. And then you feel like, okay, well, what's going on? So that's why I value community so much. And then for tools, I think it's really important that you have a wide variety of tools. But then what we do in our framework is we help you identify what tool is going to work perfect with your family. Because otherwise you end up throwing a whole bunch of spaghetti at the wall and hoping one thing's going to stick.
Yes. So to that point, so you guys out there know we don't give away our power to anybody, right? This is an empowerment-based education community. And so when Dayna is talking about tools, what I hear are systems. So ways that other people who've been right where we are, who are scratching their head, who are saying, okay, I value connection. I am teaching my child about emotions, and I'm still struggling. And that's why I thought, especially for y'all out there who maybe have already had our baseline course, you have the tools around play, power, boundaries. And yet I see you're in our chat room and you're still asking for, is this normal? And what's going on? And this is happening at school. And some of you are even asking for me to make another course. And that's where the light bulb went on. And I said, Dayna has it. This really could be that next level of discovery for your children. So, and I want you to understand what I know about Dayna and where she's been with her family. I'd kind of like you to understand a little bit about how she came to have her own understanding. Now, I want to put an asterisk. She's an amazing 4-series intro course that's really all about that, coming to know who Dayna is and whatnot. But Dayna, if you could just give us the Cliff Note version on that so that they can understand like who is here and the street credit, really.
Absolutely. So I was in the classroom. I'm a national board certified teacher. I was in the classroom for over 15 years. And yet with my oldest son, I couldn't figure him out. And he was really struggling in school and at home. I ended up homeschooling him after he was kicked out of multiple schools. And he really just felt like he was less than. And so I knew I had to go back to the drawing board, back to all of the science, all the studies. and just find a better way. Especially when I had taken him to therapists we had tried all the natural remedies. We really had like done all the avenues, and nothing was really working perfectly. So I needed to come up with something that was going to work for our family and take us from having 3-4 meltdowns a day that were leading us to the hospital, to having a life where we can go on family vacations again, and he's solving his own problems, and he's having real relationships with his brothers and sisters, and yeah, and our whole family feels empowered. Our entire framework is just based on empowering the kids, so they're the ones solving the problems, coming up with the tools, creating the systems and the plans with you.
Wonderful. And I'm sure you've seen this data about the stress on the family that raising a child with special needs, and I would throw in there even strong-willed children. Uh, our children don't have to have letters behind their name for us to go, you know what, I'm challenged right now. So this class, what really, interests me is that it really will serve that family that does know I have a child with special needs, or I specifically am raising a strong-willed child, or I'm not sure if I am or not, but I'm still challenged. What I wanted to speak to is the stress that research shows this is not only on our relationship with our child, but our marriage or our partnership, and our own mental health, right? So if you could speak to that for a moment, because I know that in my community, we talk a lot about co-parenting. And so if you could speak to how this experience, not only the free Calm the Chaos experience that's going on right now, I think we're just starting video 2 out of 4, but on the other side of that is a 12-week series. So if you could speak to, really, I'm more interested in my community learning about that 12-week opportunity on the other side, and what can they expect if they're struggling, let's say in their marriage or their partnership, and they know it's kind of having to do with some of the stressors they're having in their child rearing. Can you speak to that?
Yeah. So the framework was developed using all of the research, and best practices that come with child development and brain research and mindfulness techniques and all of that. So, I use all of that, but then I put it in an easy to follow framework. And most people come in, we were talking about this right before we got started, but most of the students that we have on the other side come in because they have one child that just doesn't fit all the other things they're doing. They might be doing all the best practices, but yet this one child is either strong-willed or defiant or, whatever. And I don't like to call kids defiant or aggressive, but they might be exhibiting those behaviors. And the parents are really struggling with them, or the teachers. And a lot of the people that we serve have been therapists or are therapists, or are teachers. And so they have that background knowledge, and yet they're still struggling. And it is affecting their relationship with themselves. It's affecting their marriage. It's affecting their ability to see their dreams. I had a dream to build a school, and I had completely let go of that. Like, our life had gotten really so much stress that I wasn't taking care of myself at all. I was the first course I ever wrote, I wrote in a hotel room because my husband and I just couldn't communicate over the best way to handle this. My relationship with my other 2 kids was really faltering. And I was just trying to survive every day. And what our program does is it helps take you from that survival mode and just literally just one single step at a time, get you out of that overwhelm and that stress and the and move you slowly towards a more thriving relationship, using all the things that you already know and placing them in just kind of the right compartments almost.
Wonderful. So it's similar, like someone's been out there curating for you. And I can recommend this to you all because I know that Dayna is a curator of knowledge and experiences, and I trust her to deliver, to really deliver for you all. I'm actually just got a little emotional. I can feel it in my eyes. I want to be able to give you guys everything, and I know that Dayna has some life experiences that she can share with you uniquely in a way that I can't. And I want you to be served. I want you to be supported. So I love that right now we have the opportunity for you to try it out without any risk and maybe take the free series. And so I just wanted you to know, I wanted you to meet Dayna. And if you had any questions, I wanted you to have the opportunity to type them in the comments, because I know as a friend, you know, as a service to me, she'd come back and she would definitely give you a shout out and answer for you if you have any unique questions. Trying to think if I have any other questions for you, Dayna. I did want to mention that I loved that it is led, so you're really going through something. Yeah, there's that little asterisk there where it could be self-paced a bit if you need that. So you're never going to feel like I'm doing it wrong or I can't keep up, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have a couple of sayings inside our program. One is progress, not perfection. It's a motto that we strongly live by, where we're always looking for a little bit of progress, and we're not striving for that perfect life. We're just looking to grow just a little bit and just a little bit, and not compare ourselves to others. Mm-hmm. And then the other piece is that we always say, you are never behind. Like, you'll hear my students say that all the time, is you're never behind. This is your journey. We have a full success path journey that we've seen hundreds and thousands of people go through, and it follows the same path. And our journey is actually like a circle, because we know that once you start getting to one place in your journey, then you might have to go back a little bit if you come up with a new struggle. But what's going to happen is you're going to start having a plan for that. And to speak to what you were saying about the stress on a marriage and things like that, the students will come in for a behavior, trying to get to the bottom of a behavior. And while they might know that the behavior is a need, they might not know how to identify what that need actually is, and then what to do about it once what tools go with what need. And then what happens is they're like, wait a second, I can use this on myself, and I can go back through the framework again. And they've used it for I'm thinking of Alice, one of our students, who went through the framework for a third time and started to use it with herself and her husband. They were married 20 years. They were like, she was almost ready to just be like done. And she said that it was like being with a roommate, but like not even a very good one. Like, they just weren't communicating. They were coexisting. And she just used the framework, and she started seeing him with so much more compassion and being able to understand where he was coming from. And that has really just revolutionized her entire life in the way that now she's like going to head back to work and start going back to be do professional things that she had completely forgotten about.
Wonderful. Well, I got to tell you, so much of what I hear, I know everyone up there, especially if you've taken the course, you're going, yeah, right? Like, our present, not perfect. Relationships, it starts with me, self-awareness. So I can't tell you how many parallels I see between my course and this. And that's what really encourages me to be able to say to you, if you still feel like there's more for me, I want to go further. I want someone holding my hand, taking me in new places. I just can tell you that this is going to feel forwarding and a lot like what you're used to experiencing here on our platform, Generation Mindful. So thank you so much. I know we'll have other questions. We will definitely put them in the comments below. And that's it. I just wanted you guys to meet my friend and have a chance to dive a little deeper, to possibly invest in you, your peace, your well-being, your family. So thank you, Dayna, for making this opportunity available for all of us.
Well, thank you for having me. And if anyone has any questions, just let me know.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.